Hi everybody, my name is Marin with Yoga EVO, and I'm here today to share with you how you can start to use the Yoga EVO Yoga Wheel for advanced poses. The most important thing with advanced poses is that you feel comfortable throughout the entire pose. None of it should hurt, none of it should be painful or sharp, and you're more than welcome to use a wall or somebody else to help spot you. It's also important that you have a lot of room to move around in, and if you do fall, that you have a soft, supportive surface to be on. So I really love using my Yoga EVO yoga mat. You're welcome to use whatever yoga mat you want, and sometimes even carpet if it feels stable enough to use a yoga wheel on it. Now the beautiful thing about the yoga wheel, other than its diversity in helping deepening stretches as well as helping incorporate balance and opening the back and the hips, is that it helps extend your base when it comes to getting inverted. What I mean by this is if you're going to do a forearm stand and you're holding onto the wheel, rather than having your hand here on the floor, you can see that my base is here from my elbow to the tips of my fingers. Now utilizing the wheel, my base extends from my elbow to the back end of the yoga wheel. And this is what provides a lot of support. But the most important thing about using the yoga wheel for inversions is that you trust the wheel and grip onto it tightly, pressing your weight into the wheel. So to begin, let's start with headstands. This is the most basic form of inversions, and you can start by using your wheel to begin with. A lot of people believe that headstands are better in different poses like the tripod pose or the three-arm pose, or what is this called, the elbow forearm pose. And what we're going to be using is a forearm pose. If you tend to be lighter in the upper region of your body or your upper torso, this might feel a little more difficult to begin with, but with the help of the extended base in the yoga wheel, it should feel pretty comfortable to start. The most important thing that you're going to feel like you need to address is probably the blood rush to your head. If you're feeling like your head is getting a lot of pressure, it's okay. Feel free to come back to right side up and allow the blood to come down and try it over again. Your body will get used to it eventually. So I'm going to place my hands on the bottom of the wheel like this. Like I said, the most important thing is to grip it and press it down into the ground like such. From here, I'm going to place my head on the ground and press the wheel up into the back of my head. This is going to give me nice support. From here, I'm also going to lift my knees off of the ground. And as you can see, I'm forming a triangle. As I walk my feet up, you'll notice that my hips move from down here up over my head. And that's going to stack my spine. And using this wheel, I'm really gripping it because rather than just having your hands here, it feels so much secure having this wider base behind you. And it's also acting as a slight counterweight. So the most important thing is to do this in a controlled motion. Walking your feet up, you're going to feel your back press up against the wheel. You can either lift your legs straight up into a headstand, or you can go more slowly, walking one knee up like this and having them folded. So play with it, and once you get here, utilize the wheel in your extended base to move your legs around so that you can help increase your strength and stability in the headstand. Once you're done, be sure to use the wheel to stretch out those arms and chest. Nice deep stretch. And if you feel like it, you can even turn around and get a deep back stretch in, just to open up a little bit that spine. So that's what I love about this yoga wheel. Whether you're doing inversions or you're doing bends forward or you're arching back, it's going to really help straighten out that spine and allow you to be equal on all sides. Now, the same principle applies for forearm stands. And this is where I feel like the yoga wheel really helps a lot because of that extended base. So keeping my hands on the wheel, sometimes you can press your hands into the wheel like this or cup your thumbs into them. It just depends on how you feel. I really like gripping it because I like to press down into the wheel. So the same motion applies. You're using the very same posture or form for this, lifting up, but rather than placing your head on the ground, you're gonna be walking your head up to the wheel and gently pressing into it. Now don't be scared to press into the wheel. What I see a lot of people do and what I notice that I wanna do is I wanna press into my elbows. And pressing into my elbows is gonna make me fall forward. If I feel like I'm going to fall backwards, like you saw at the end there, I was trying to really deepen that arch, I just press into the wheel. And pressing into the wheel keeps me from falling. And it's the most amazing thing. It strengthens not only your core, but your shoulders, and it allows you to really feel where that balance point is so that your body becomes strong enough to hold itself up. And if you feel really insecure about this, you're more than welcome to put the wheel up against the wall and practice it the same way from here. Obviously moving your mat down to the wall. If you get really good and you feel like you can deepen your arch, you can also use it to get your foot onto the wheel. We're gonna try to see if I can do this, but this is a little bit more advanced and takes more practice with the wheel. And personally, I learned how to do forearm stands before the wheel, so it kind of makes it a little more difficult going that other way around. But we'll go ahead and try this. So the most important thing is staying controlled and comfortable. If you're trying that out for the first time, I recommend doing it up against a wall or having a spotter around, which is a person that will help keep you from falling on the wheel. But it's a really great tool, and if you're doing a lot of your back stretches with the yoga wheel, you're gonna find that it's really easy to arch completely over, even if you do fall. Now, the last thing I want to show you on this wheel is to utilize this kind of more like a yoga strap. And it's just a nice thing to not be able to carry another piece of equipment around, or if you're feeling stiff and sore, it can help warm you up into certain poses. So using the wheel, I'm going to grip it and place my foot inside the hub of the wheel or the base. And from here, I can just extend this forward or extend it outward. You can also do this in the Lord of the Dances pose. And I really love the dancer pose so much because it requires so much focus and balance and stability and alignment. Plus, it's a really beautiful pose. So placing your foot in the wheel, what I love about using the wheel is that I can flip my grip really easily in comparison to the yoga strap. The yoga strap, you kind of have to walk your way up, and it's a little bit more tedious to do. So placing my foot within the wheel, I'm gonna lift my palm up and place my palm up on the wheel. From here, you can see my grip is already flipped. Now I can already place my hand on the wall just for extra support and then pull it out and open. And this is gonna stretch my shoulder and my hands into this pose. So kicking my foot into the wheel, trying to find stability, whew. And you just kind of play around with it. As you know, a lot of these advanced poses require a lot of focus and practice. So that is it for advanced poses on the yoga wheel. Whew, I am sweating. It is a great workout, and as you can see, it really helps support you, deepen your poses, and challenge you as a yoga practitioner. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and most of all, I really hope that you enjoyed this yoga wheel. It's one of my favorite pieces of equipment to use during yoga, and it's a lot of fun. My name is Marin with Yoga EVO. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.